Have you ever had a client, or maybe it's you yourself, that wants to transition from a fashion color, vivids type of style to something more manageable? Well, check this video out. I'm going to be using Paul Mitchell the Color XG 5-stroke R and 4-4-stroke 4, which is a Cover Smart series that they have that's designed to cover gray. So I'm going to start with the level 4 at the roots and transition out into the 5R. Paul Mitchell the Color has really good reds. I found that out recently, so we're going to give it a shot. This is a very real, transparent moment. My scale died. Yep, I ran out of batteries, had no backup, and I had to use the measurements on the side of the tube. I almost edited this out, but stuff happens and we got to do what we got to do. So I went ahead and tried to use the markers on the inside of the bowl in conjunction with the side of the tube. It is not the most accurate, and this is definitely not what I would encourage anyone to do in any of my classes, but when you have to make do, we're just gonna keep it real. I'm gonna show you all how you just gotta make stuff happen. So anyway, I went ahead and mixed up the color that we're going to do on our ends. I like to keep them in separate color bowls because my brain just can't process the fact that two things next to each other could be different formulas. So I use different color bowls, and that helps to keep me on track. I went to a Paul Mitchell school, so I'm pretty familiar with their color line. I think it's pretty balanced. It's a good general color line. It's a very easy color line to learn if you're looking for something to start with. The Color XG mix is very smooth. This is a cream based color. If you use the OG Paul Mitchell the Color with that thick beeswax base, let me know below if you are a person that prefers the OG one. They actually have some really cool shades still, but I like how easy this one mixes. And if you use any of the intensifiers, mix them first before you add your developer. I promise you that's definitely going to be a game changer for you. All right, so after mixing, it is now time to apply. When I'm doing this type of coverage and I have gray that I'm concerned about, I always start at the roots and I start around the hairline. I think in school we learned to start in the back, but I have found it more practical to start with gray coverage, especially if the hair is resistant, in the area that is visible and most resistant first. And then if you run out of colors, and by the time you get to the back, there's usually not a lot of gray back there anyway. But we're prepared colorists, so that would never happen, right? So I kind of book fold my sections. So I take vertical sections, I isolate each quadrant, so I go all the way around, 4 sections, and it kind of gives me a nice clean surface to work with. It keeps everything separate, and then I go in and do the roots. After doing the roots, that's going to process the longest, so it's applied first. Then I do the mids to the ends with the refresh, and the developer on that was seriously like a 5 volume because I'm not trying to do any lifting, no damage, deposit only, but I need like opaque coverage, so I went with a permanent line. A demi could be used in a situation, but when you know your client's hair and how fast they may gain or lose pigment, you have to make that call and decide what would be best for each individual application. Think about the health of the hair, what was on the hair before. A demi could work in that situation. I mean a true ammonia-free demi, like their line, the demi. Permanent color still has a little bit of ammonia in it. Did y'all see that transition? That was fire. I'm getting better at these. I'm trying to work on this whole voiceover thing. So anyway, the condition of the hair is great. We did use the Ashley Marie collection for the shampoo and the treatment for this. We did the protein treatment, used a little K18. Nothing can save when you need a trim. So the camera's tricky. The roots definitely have a cast of red. Maybe you all can see it better than I can editing, but it's just the nicest soft transition into what was already there, but like you give it the bump up. It is intensified, and that is what sets your color apart. We want the hair to look like it's healthy. Hair shouldn't look like it like, whew, I got color now, my hair is fried. No, let's give it what we gotta give it. And then blow dry really well. I always talk about that. Blow drying is so important. And then you don't have to have your smoothing iron or curling iron up on 5,000 degrees. We gotta turn the heat down. If you want your color to fade fast, turn your heat all the way up. That's bad advice. So anyway, I'm going in, I'm doing some curls so that she can have some body. Curls don't hold the longest, so I prefer to curl and smooth all in one shot. I don't do like the whole pass with the iron and come back. So here's our finished results. I think you can see the red cast at the roots there. Very nice blend if she wears it natural or straight. We'll do a finishing video where I'll show you how I can take care of flyaways and things like that. But this was all about the color. Look at the shine. Paul Mitchell, the Color XG. I like your reds. So until our next video, yeah, check out all the shorts that I'm going to be posting. So I'll break these down into shorts. Peace.